Welcome to Free Camping the Nullarbor. In this video, Sally and I will show you what we would normally do and what we would be careful of when we camp across the Nullarbor. I'm Mick and this is Sally. Together we've been caravanning Australia since the 1980s, and more recently we started to put the videos together just to show you some of what we see out there. There's a lot to see in Australia and we hope you enjoy what we have here to show you. You can follow us on our trips via the following social media platforms. The Nullarbor is just over 1,200 kilometres long, and it's all sealed road and plenty of free camping along there, and that's exactly what we'll be doing as we cross the Nullarbor. We've come into Norseman this morning because we're coming this way from Perth. We're heading west to east. So we've come into Norseman this morning and we've gone around, we've emptied our toilet cassette. We do run 2 cassettes, so that's no issue for us. And we've filled up our water tanks to make sure we've got enough to get across the Nullarbor. We've got tokens, and it's $2 per token, and 1 token will give you 60 litres of water, so it's quite cheap water really when you work it out. So we've filled up with water and emptied our toilet. We've gone around to the big BP there at Norseman and we've filled up with fuel, so we've got full fuel, and we've got a bit of a map in our mind as to where we'll buy fuel as we go across the Nullarbor, and that's only so we get the cheapest fuel that we can do. We're all a little bit like that, we want to do it as cheap as possible, and then we'll start to make our way across. At this stage we're going to do 3 nights on the Nullarbor and make it across to Ceduna from there. It is running, the Nullarbor does run from Norseman to Ceduna. That's where your 1,200 kilometres is, and if you're like Sally and I, we quite enjoy the trip. It's not the first time we've done it. Hope we can show you some of what we do and give you some pointers as we go along. We're currently at the end of August 2025 as we start our Nullarbor crossing, and we leave Norseman now and head across to Balladonia. The weather forecast is not very favourable. It's a lot of wind, rain and cold, so we'll see how we go. We're here at Balladonia and we've just fueled up and got caravans everywhere. Going to stop here and have a bit of a lunch break and then we'll move on. We're 191 k's since we left Norseman, so going along nicely. Not quite sure where we're going to stay tonight, just depends on the weather and how we're feeling, but travelling along quite nicely at the moment. I'll just roll a little bit of footage now of what the countryside looks like between Balladonia and Baxter's rest area, which is going to be our first night after leaving Norseman. When we turned off the road and started to head into Baxter's rest area here, you got to drive in and have a look. There's 2 trucks here, as you would have seen, and don't be put off by something like that, because in the end they're only out there for their rest period that they need to have. But you go into the rest area and drive through the rest area and then you start to make your way out the back. Unless for some reason we absolutely have to. We never camp close up to the road, the main road in a rest area. we take that drive out the back and we'll survey the situation, have a look what's out there, and if we can find a suitable spot there, then that's where we'll park up for the night. Always go with our gut feeling, and if we're not happy with the location, then we'll just move on and find another place. I'll put the drone up in the sky now and just show you how many roads are around the back of the rest area. And this one here, Baxter's rest area, is nothing unusual. A lot of them are like it on the Nullarbor, so don't get fooled by what you see from the main road is what you're going to get, because unless you go out the back, you just never know. This is where we're going to park for the night, and it's only a single night, and it doesn't matter whether it's 1, 2 or 3 nights. It's as good as any length of time that you want to stay here. Well, after a bit of overnight rain, we left Baxter's rest area, and it was about 8 AM this morning when we left, and the wind had just started to pick up, and as the day progressed it got very, very windy. But that was a tailwind, so that was good for the fuel economy for us. We slowly made our way east and until we found a suitable rest area. As you make your way along the Nullarbor, of course, you need fuel, and there's plenty of fuel stops. It's just a matter of working out where you're going to get to before you actually need it. But it's going to be Eucla for us tomorrow, and we haven't had the fuel up at all today, but just a standard fuel tank in the Land Cruiser, so just nothing out of the ordinary there. And as you're driving along, there's heaps of roadhouses, and you know, you've got the Ceduna, and you can get fuel there, you can get odd little groceries, and then further as you go east you come to Cocklebiddy. Same thing again, you can get whatever fuel and water you want there. You can't get water for your caravan, of course, so just be aware of that. And that's why we filled up so much at Norseman when we were there before we started on the Nullarbor. And then we kept going, and we got to Madura, and it was at Madura that we had a lunch inside the caravan. And once again, you can get meals, fuel, water for drinking, that is, not for the caravan. Fuel and water as much as what you want there to keep yourself moving if you need it. And then from there we made our way on towards Mundarabilla. As we slowly make our way, well, not slowly really, we're making good time actually. We've done a bit over 300 or nearly 330 k's today, kilometres that is, towards the east. The countryside does change quite a bit, and I'll run a bit of footage now just to show you what the changes that we saw in that 300 kilometre trip today. It's all about gut feeling and what you want when you pull into a parking bay, and we pulled into this one here, and it wasn't the one that we were after, but we thought, well, we're really getting towards the end of the day as far as what travelling we wanted to do, and this one just might have to do. And when we got out of the vehicle, when we pulled up, oh, it was so windy, it was just about blowing you off your feet. So we had a feeling then that it wasn't going to be very comfortable there that night, so reluctantly we pushed on. last time we were over this way with the caravan was 6 years ago, and we thought that the parking bay that we were after was actually halfway between Madura and Mundrabilla. Now, not being over here often enough with the caravan to memorise all these things, we think we may have been wrong, because we kept going, as I just said a moment ago, and then when we come to this one, it sort of reminded me a little bit, not totally, but a little bit, of the one that we stayed in six years ago. And a lot of it's been, I saw the dirt's been pushed up to stop people from going any further out the back. A lot of roads going out the back, and I'll show those in a moment when I put the drone up, but it's a lot smaller than what it was when we were here last time. That's if this was the one that we're at. But even so, it's still got a lot of wind protection from all the trees, and I'm walking around in the trees now, but a lot of wind protection, and still a lot of areas that you can camp in quite comfortably without camping too close to your neighbour. So we're here for the one night, and then we move on again tomorrow morning. We went for a walk around the campground here, had a bit of a look, and a few decisions were made, and some for, some against, and eventually we found this spot here. And with the trees right against one side of the van, and that was on the wind side, the wind was coming from those trees, made it quite pleasant once we got the van set up. So we're very happy with where we are, and once again, no one really that close to us that there's going to be an issue. I'll put the drone up in the sky now, and I'll run some footage just to show you exactly how big this campground is. It's quite large. Now the area that the drone's looking at now is right at the back of the campground. That's the bit that's a little bit difficult to get to with the caravan. A lot of care would be needed to take one out there, but it is manageable, but isn't it so big? It was just before 9 o'clock when we left, and started heading east again, and on our third day, as we travelled across the Nullarbor, we were making our way towards Mundrabilla. Mundrabilla, like all the roadhouses along this way, they all offer fuel, of course, and everything that the traveller would want to keep the belly satisfied, and toilets and so on. From there, we went up Eucla Pass, and then into Eucla, where we refuelled. And if ever you're over this way, and it's always been the case, Eucla is always much cheaper than what it is at Border Village for diesel, at least. I don't know about petrol fuel, but diesel always cheaper, and so we've always fueled up there on our way through. It's only a short drive from Eucla to the border, and when you're there at the Roadhouse at Border Village, that's where the quarantine station is, and when you're heading west, you've got to go through that quarantine station and hand over all your fruit and veg that you have got that you shouldn't have. But when we're heading east like we are on this trip, we just drive around the side of that. We don't have to worry about going in there at all, and we don't get checked until we get over to Ceduna. As we continue to make our way east, the next stop that we're going to look at was the first of two lookouts that we're going to check the head of the bight, the Bunda Cliffs. And if you've never had a look at the Bunda Cliffs during daylight, other than have a look on the TV or postcards, it's well worth the very short drive in off the main road to go and have a look. And here's the views that we've got as we went into number 2 lookout. From the number 2 lookout, we then went on to, of course, the number 3, and don't quote me on this, I think it's something like 27 kilometre drive between number 2 and number 3 lookout, but I could be wrong on that one. But the third lookout that we went to, or number 3 lookout, in my opinion, is the prettiest one of the lot, and here's what we saw when we got there. From the Bunda Cliffs, it was on to the Nullarbor Roadhouse, and this one, like all the other roadhouses around the Nullarbor area, they all offer fuel, and this one's got a caravan park, as most of the others have too. From the Nullarbor Roadhouse, we made our way down to the whale viewing area, and that is well worth having a look at if you're around the area, or around this area of the Nullarbor at this time of the year. And we had heard that there was a big number of whales there with the mum and the calves, I guess you call them. And so we're quite looking forward to seeing what we could find there. With the lookouts and the viewing platform, the walkway that they've got there that they've established, you can get right down very close to the whales. In fact, something that's very good to see, and with the amount that we watched there today, it was well worth our effort to have a look there and to spend the $17 a head that it cost us on concession to purchase our ticket to have a look. There is a free camp location at the entrance of the national park where you go into the whale viewing platform, and that was where we're going to camp tonight, but we didn't think that was ideal with the wind blowing so hard. It was open and flat and on the rise sort of thing, and we were just going to get blown away. So we pushed on and we found this spot here where we are now, and it's not big, or it is quite big actually I suppose, but reasonably close to the road. It hasn't got the pieces that go right out the back like the other two that we've stayed in. It did at one stage I think, but it's all been closed off for whatever reason, I don't know. But it's still not a bad spot for an overnighter. That'll do us tonight, and I'll put the drone up now just to show you what sort of layout the campground has. It was still overcast when we left our final camp as we crossed the Nullarbor, making our way towards Ceduna, but at least the wind had died down and it should make it for good travelling on the road. If you're travelling west to east like we are, and you seem to think you're going to run out of fuel before you get into Ceduna, there are still more roadhouses on this part of the trip. You've got Yallata where you can get fuel there, and you've got Nundroo. You've got a roadhouse there, so you've got fuel as well. And then you've got Penong. And when you go into Penong, you've got that windmill display. And we'll call in there and have a look at those windmills, because it won't be long that windmills out in the agricultural area, farming and station country, will be a thing of the past as everyone takes up solar. And I'll just run some footage now to show you what the windmill display looks like. From Penong, we do that final run into Ceduna, and it's there that we go through the quarantine station to declare any fruit and veg that we've got. We're quite okay. We've eaten all ours as we've come across the Nullarbor, and this is the same process that you would go through at that one at the border village that we showed you as we come through, should you be travelling west. Well, this now completes the crossing of the Nullarbor, and the wind's still blowing quite heavy this morning, and we're now in Ceduna. Had there been less wind and rain, more favourable weather, we probably would have spent at least another 2 or 3 nights doing the crossing. Heaps of free camping over there, and plenty of locations to stop at. Hope you've enjoyed what we've shown you in regard to crossing the Nullarbor and free camping, and until that next video goes up, you take care and look after yourself.